Hi Virgo, happy June. It is Ray. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. I am here with your June 2025 monthly reading. I hope the month is starting off well for you. The energy that's coming up is interesting for you. But yeah, I'm so happy to be in June. It's just the 6 energy in this 9 year just feels like the perfect alignment. And definitely the perfect time to get into alignment. I know I don't like dry hands. Hold on. Okay, let's burn some sage. Let's pray. And then we will converse. Hold on, I'm still getting my life. Okay. See how quiet we just were? That is connected to June, but we're gonna talk about it. I don't like, this is not thick enough for me. Okay, there we go, yes. Maybe the birds are heavy, okay. God, divine source, angels, ancestors, guides, universe, thank you for allowing us to see the month of June. Thank you for a new day of life. Thank you for allowing me to guide Virgo on their June 2025 monthly reading. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear guide, clear channel, clear vessel as I speak to them on what to expect. As the month unfolds, God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me. Whenever they are guided to do so, allow us all to be divinely guided and divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Thank you for divine insight. Thank you for divine foresight. Gratitude, Ashe. So for, damn, I almost said January. Let's go back to January. It's 11:44. All right. Smoke is thick. Hi, y'all. All right. Let's see what your January title was. So June and January are connected, obviously, with how we're speaking so far. All right. January 2025 was the reward. Oh, yes. It's so connected. I fucking love this. The reward is generational. Okay. All right. So there's something new that you're wanting to begin. However, you're not quite ready yet. And why you're not quite ready yet is because there is an energy specifically attached to your root chakra. And I did clarify before going live if the root was connected to the mother or the father. So the father connects to the crown chakra, and the root chakra is connected to the mother. So there's something in regards to that. Again, there's an energy that's attached to the root chakra that needs to be addressed and released before you're able to successfully step into something new. Especially if you are struggling with getting something like off the ground, getting it, like you may have the initiation going, but as far as the progress, the ball rolling, there may be some stagnation with that, and that's due to whatever energy is attached to your root chakra. Also, when it comes to the sound of music, there's this, I don't know if it's like if you're feeling unproductive or the body is just calling for more rest per se, but it feels more unproductive, like more sitting. But specifically sitting with nature. There's a lot of sitting with nature. When it comes to music, I do feel like you're being asked to listen to the sounds of nature for your sound of music. The bird flew away. Um, to connect. And somehow nature, the root chakra, and this new beginning all intertwine. It's like the power of three, which has been a theme for June so far. And yet, and you would be the eighth sign. Hold on. No, are you the ninth? Which one are you for June? What's 12 minus 4? 8. No, you're the ninth one because there's 3 left. So yeah, and we're in a 9th year. And January 2024, that is connected to the 2024 astrological new year. So yeah, I hear Take Me Back to the place. That's a gospel song. I know it's Sunday. To the place where I first received you. Let me see who it is. But I think it's called Take Me Back. It's Andre Crouch, Take Me Back. Yeah. I don't know. I'm ready to see what the cards have to say. I think that's all so far. All right, the sage is out. Okay, let's see how you're showing up. I don't know. That unproductive energy feels like disappointment. But also, oh yes, there's one more thing. So I feel like you are, there's this, some of you could be getting a new dog, side note, but I don't know if with that disappointment, if you're feeling abandoned, but I feel like you're feeling abandoned by someone in particular, or vice versa, someone is feeling abandoned by you. And that's being highlighted. That's heavy on your heart in June too. Okay, let's get into the cards. Let's see how you're showing up in June. How is Virgo showing up in June? It's like 10 cards. One at a time, please. So something definitely needs to be clarified as far as your wants and desires with what you're manifesting, because the Magician was on the bottom when we started shuffling this deck. How's Virgo showing up in June? The Nine of Swords. Justice, you're doing a lot to manifest joy, though. You're doing a lot to manifest serenity. You're doing a lot to manifest peace. You're doing a lot to understand your power and expand on that. But again, there is a disconnect. And as mentioned, the theme is the root chakra specifically, but the mother. And for your January reading to be representing generational, you know, the mother does birth the generations. So it's all connected. But you have Nine of Swords and you also have Justice here. So this is 9/11. You could be saying 9/11 a lot, but as I always say, 9/11, how you choose to perceive that angel number depends on your perspective. Because yes, 9/11 represents the Twin Towers destruction, but it also is the same day of the Egyptian New Year. So yeah, feels like you're in between that new year, which would be the new beginning, something you're trying to start, and that breakdown, which would be the root chakra. It's like during the day, you are, I hear at ease, soldier. Yeah, during the day, you're at ease, but at night, that's when the worry starts to play. I feel like that's what's been going on. I hear especially since May. Um, who's this, Virgo? What is your opposite? Pisces? You got hella air energy. Four of Swords, Justice, Nine of Swords. June is, we're in Gemini season right now. Okay, that can contribute to air. All right, how's Virgo showing up? You're very analytical. King of Pentacles, but he's sideways, so let me put him sideways. Eight of Wands on the bottom, wanting to move forward, but feeling burdened with the Ten of Wands. The birds of... Share! Share. It's more than enough. The fuck? So maybe you need to share. There's more than enough, okay? There was... Moving on. Spirit, what are you doing for Virgo behind the scenes? You would think with the birds I actually have kids, but... They be acting like it. All right. Ooh, this is intense. Anything else for what you're doing for Virgo behind the scenes? I'll take that. All right. The ultimate goal for you is the Ten of Pentacles, but it is currently reversed. Eight of Pentacles is in reverse, but the Nine of Cups at the end, you will have it. You will have the Nine of Cups at the end. However, it's like the process to get there isn't going quite how you expected. Yeah, the Magician in reverse. Okay, so starting with how you're showing up. Nine of Swords, Justice, Four of Swords, King of Pentacles. Remember, the Nine of Swords is sideways. King of Pentacles is sideways as well, but they're sideways in opposite directions. Let me show you. Hold it up. Sideways in opposite directions, okay? So you're coming out of one energy and moving into another energy. The energy that you're coming out of is the Nine of Swords. The energy that you're moving into is King of Pentacles. I don't know. I feel like some of you are heavily focused on the sacral and solar plexus chakras right now for some reason, when I feel like you are at this point, they're becoming overactive, and the root the root. We keep coming back to the fucking root. But again, you're moving into the King of Pentacles, and that is the goal. Now, as I mentioned, you are showing up very analytical with this Justice being here. You are showing up fair, meaning that with that fair energy though, you know, I despise the words fair and unfair, because in this fucking world, what the fuck is fair and what the fuck is unfair? The only thing I feel like is fair is karma. And the reason why I feel like karma is fair is because, honey, sometimes in this life we be paying for karma in past lives. Like, it's levels to that, it's intricacies to that, okay? But outside of that, what the fuck is fair? And honestly, nothing will ever be fair. Life and death is fair too. Duality is fair, you know? But besides that, I don't know. I don't like the words fair and unfair. But justice does represent fairness, so I will acknowledge it. And there could be something coming up that you don't take too kind to, but it needs to be recognized, it needs to be acknowledged, it needs to be addressed. Also with justice, now what I don't like about this is you are compromising, but you're compromising against yourself for the love or for the receptivity of someone else, okay? And that's not okay. I don't know if you're struggling with like, you're definitely, the self-analyzation that's going on is, I hear, ridiculous, but no, it's definitely intense. And I do feel like, it's like you show up to the world as this is how you're showing up, just as confident, um, all is well type of energy. And it's like, even if you are experiencing something, you may be talking about it, verbalizing it, but it's like you're choosy. I hear choosy. But yeah, you're being very choosy, and you're not, I hear, bearing all. Can you hear them fighting and fucking yelling at each other? And now the fucking sirens. And it's like all you want is peace. And at this point, you're willing to do whatever to keep the peace. But with all of these swords here, so justice is 11, but there's one sword in the card. We have 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. We have 14 swords. So yeah, this is very, whatever this is, it feels very spiritual. Again, it's an energy that's attached. So to deal with it is a spiritual process. Now, what Spirit is doing for you behind the scenes, there's, whew. Now, before I read this, I just want to say the purpose of all that's happening, or whatever is happening for you personally in June, is to get you into that generational new year, okay? That is the overall goal. That is the overall purpose. Okay? There's, uh, mm. So you have the 8 of Cups in reverse, the 10 of Cups in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So the King of Swords in reverse with the Queen of Wands, that's a power struggle. One person could be more vocal, and the other person is more internal. With the 10 of Cups being in reverse and the Ace of Cups, this is a removal of something, a breakdown of something. And it's like whatever you have refused to walk away. And I hear that song again. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. So something you keep going back to, something that you keep entertaining, something that you keep, I hear, repeating and then repenting for. And there's no need to ask for repentance or forgiveness if you're going to continue to commit the same thing or do the same thing that you're asking for forgiveness and repentance for, or what you're repenting for. And I keep hearing you've been in this energy of going along to get along, which would, tie into how you're representing. Yes, you're compromising, but in a way where it's against yourself. And then it's like in the shadows, Spirit is pulling all of this energy up and bringing it all up to the surface, especially in Gemini season, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. You're ruled by Mercury. And Mercury rules communication and thoughts and the intellect and the mind and thought processes and preconceived notions versus truth and all of that shit, right? But it's like literally, I'm seeing someone in a garden pulling up roots of like, dead things in the garden. And that's what Spirit is doing, removing the roots of what is not bringing you life. The 10 of Cups upright is life. The Ace of Cups upright is life. The Eight of Cups upright is you walking away for what doesn't give you life, but it's in reverse. So we have to go back to the Seven of Cups, that confusion. I could go this way, that way, this way, but I'm just going to choose to stay here instead of making a choice to go forward. The King of Swords in reverse is making a decision and then folding on your decision. And then the Queen of Wands is, it's like, Queen of Wands gives me power. You're not gonna get one over on me. Like I see it coming. I'm very passionate in what I believe in. I'm very strong and stern in my boundaries. It's like I feel like that Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, they would be like they would be best friends, two peas in a pod, okay? And I feel like the Queen of Cups and the fucking Queen of Pentacles would be the best friends, two peas in a pod type of energy. But she's in reverse as well. So it's like something that you think is giving you power is really depleting your power. Something that you are thinking, because this is all in the mind, all of these goddamn swords. Something that you are thinking, heavy energy on thinking it's divine, and it's not. Because you have 4 swords here, so 444. And you know, angel numbers do come as a test as well. It's a test of perception, how you're reading it. And a lot of people, that's where, you know, we get stuck in an illusion. And I'm bringing up the illusion because your opposite is Pisces, and that Neptune, Jupiter energy can expand illusions and have you in an illusion for a very, very long time, okay? And so with those illusions, it's like, you know, when a liar starts to believe their lies, it's like an illusion. You entertain it so long, you make it a reality, and it's like nothing can come in between that, you know? But then it's like, but God, you know? Because it's like, you know, feeling like something is off, and then you receive like, let's just say you feel like, honey, something is just not whole, right? And then you see 222, and then it's like your perception of 222. Let me just continue to work together, work on it. And really 222 is you need to come into balance with yourself and honor that, you know? Just as an example. But something is for sure breaking down. But there's also like this test of mental strength as well in the process with all of these swords. And as I always say, as long as you have your mind, you're good. When you lose your mind, you lose everything, literally. Some of you could be crashing out in June. I feel like it's needed. It's needed to end something. Again, there needs to be a radical major release. And with this 6-9 energy that we're in, with the 6 month and a 9 year, and us being in the year of the snake, if it hasn't happened, it's about to happen. Let's move on. Thank you. Hi, Ghostville. Feminine energy, 2. Chaos and conflict. Virgo, June 2025. Ooh, nose is itching. What's happening with Virgo in June? Ooh, I like it. 22. 2s are heavy, so you could definitely be saying 222 and reading it incorrectly. Yeah, time to go. That fell out. We'll take it. And thinker in the mind, 44. You have 444 here. You could be saying it's not a bad thing, and but you could be saying 666 as well, and it's a sign to keep your thoughts high vibrational, no matter what you're experiencing at this time. Again, keep the mind grounded, keep the mind stable. Truth be told. All right, so you have not for you in reverse and blessed. This is two different energies I'm reading on. So not every Virgo is in what I just spoke on, but that is a theme for Virgos that I just spoke on. Now for others of you, and even the way these cards came out, separate paths. So it's like, I do feel like for some of you Virgos, well, no, it all applies, bits and pieces, maybe not the whole story, but it's like there's going to be a massive realization. Okay, sorry. There's going to be a massive realization that it's kind of like, I don't know if this is realizing like before your eyes that your dreams are coming true with blessed being here, but a realization of realizing the work that you've had to put in towards certain aspects of yourself, your life, projects, in order to achieve the longevity that you're starting to experience now, and that generational energy going back to your January reading. Like blessed is like gratefulness is flowing from my heart. It's a lot of gospel songs coming through, but it is Sunday. But yeah, this is, I have all that I need in the present moment with not for you. With the not for you energy being in reverse, it's kind of like, I feel like you're getting confirmation on maybe people, places, and things you have walked away from. Like, yes, it wasn't for you. You chose to be led by your higher self, and you're being blessed for that, if that makes sense. Now, for others of you with time to go and thinker, it's like, I just see it every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. But a lot of you have been in the thought process of walking away from something or someone, but you haven't made the move. And it's interesting because with this time to go, she's running towards the door, but it's giving, how like in shows and movies where it's like you see a door, but then it starts to move further and further away from you. And then it's like with that energy, the more that you are walking towards the reality of being done with something, the more it's like that shit starts to fuck you up. And then you just sit and think, two different energies. And what I'm also getting before I clean this up and repull with this blessed and not for you, because I can read this a different way. And it's like, being in the energy of counting your blessings, being in the energy of gratitude, but being unhappy, feeling wrong for being unhappy. And so you just thug it. You just stay in the situation, That's not okay. Let's repull. It feels like even with how this reading is going, you are having to definitely stop and think, okay? In June. I almost said January again. So what is January? Capricorn, Aquarius energy. Virgo, June 2025. Time for a nap in reverse. Treasure Island in reverse. Yang in reverse. Someone loves you for what you can provide, not for you. Someone also loves you due to, what's that word? Like when you've been around for someone for so long, it's like the love is there just naturally, This is like a spirit of unrest. And really all you desire is rest. But that time for a nap in reverse, again, that's going back to the energy of feeling unproductive. But it doesn't, I don't know. It's like it could feel like a spark is dying out. Motivation is dying out. but I'm also getting due to a series of disappointments as well. But we need to go back. I'm going to get the, since the root chakra is sold out for you, I'm going to get the chakra wisdom deck. Hold on. Split the deck, Ace of Coins, root chakra. Okay. You see it? I want you to see it. Can you see it? You see what that says? The Lovers. Crown chakra, the Father. And you have Yang here, masculine energy as well. Who sings that song? Y'all remember? Who that just my baby daddy? Who that just my baby daddy? But if you don't have children, then it's your father. Yeah, 4 of Coins. All right, clarify time for a nap. Why can I not shuffle this? Hold on. That's better. Much better. Clarify time for a nap, please, for Virgo. Ooh. Temperance, root chakra. Very spiritual, as we mentioned. Queen of Wands on the bottom. But she's upright. Time for a nap for in reverse for Virgo, please. Damn, June, not January. We have all of these mismatched pairs. The King of Wands is in reverse. You have the King of Swords in reverse. Queen of Cups is upright. All right, that's time for a nap. If you are sexually active with someone, you should not be. Queen of Cups gives self-serving. King of Wands in reverse gives abuse of power. Manipulation. Of power, which is abuse of power. This is also a battle of egos as well. Feels like 2 people are forcing themselves to be with each other when neither one of them really want the other. But there's this energy of comfortability. Clarify Treasure Island in reverse for Virgo, please. The Ace of Wands, your root chakra. Yang in reverse for Virgo, please. But the Queen of Cups is your, she represents your third eye. The King of Wands will represent the crown. You have the Knight of Swords. So there's a masculine energy that, ooh, I hear is communicating, but with someone else. Lovers in reverse. What am I reading? The Chariot, root chakra again. So it's interesting. You have double root, double crown, mother, father. Whether you are the mother and father or your mother and father, but the mammy and the pappy. Okay? Two people are destined for 2 different paths. And that's why the energy is coming out so mismatch. And with the Lovers being in reverse and the Chariot represents Cancer energy, the root chakra. You know, every time we have sex with someone, it's an energy attachment. So when you're in the process of cleansing those energy attachments, baby, you got to go back to the beginning, okay? And unfortunately, trigger warning for some of you, the beginning was childhood, unfortunately. And the root chakra connects to the childhood, to, yeah, children as well. And the early parts of life. Yang in reverse is determination. Like, you know, it's like in my mind, we're moving forward. This is like that R. Kelly, my mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me yes. You know, he's a Capricorn double energy. Temptation. But it's like the opposite. My mind's telling me yes, but my body's telling me no. It's the opposite. And it's interesting. The opposite of Capricorn is Cancer, which starts in June. And then with this Ace of Wands in Treasure Island, it's just, again, you just want that long-lasting generational new beginning, like it is a theme. And there's a lot of reflection on like old vision boards, old manifestations, especially with this Lovers giving vision board energy, manifestation, you know. And also a reflection of asking for something and realizing that what you asked for is truly not what you want as well. I don't know, it's very layered. It's like someone's trying to, I hear the word poach, I hear the word train, but it's like someone wants to groom someone, how to love them, how to treat them, how to court them. But it's like all of this work you're doing to groom, that's a telltale sign that it's out of alignment, you know? But instead of accepting that, it's like you'll work your finger to the bone to ensure that it happens. I hear Anything by Jaheim. Is that Jaheim? You can have anything I got. That's where that came from. Something, work my fingers all the way to the bone. Hold on, do I have the lyrics right? Because, let us see. This is not even on my playlist. See, Jaheim featuring Next. It's time to move on. Hold on. Okay, you can have anything I got, all of me right on the spot. Da 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 da. You can have anything I own. Work my fingers all the way to the bone. That's what's next. That's this Ace of Wands. That's the Chariot moving forward next. I don't know. You could like that song Next. I don't know who the fuck. I know Next is a group, but there's a song called Next, I think. And then you have the Ace of Coins here, which would be the Ace of Pentacles, root chakra as well. Like this is currently what you got going on, masculine or feminine. Five of Cups. This is what is waiting for you. But again, something needs to be cleared from the root. You have 3 cards here representing the root so far. You don't take that. 3 of Wands. You need to move forward. I want to listen to that song now. Judgment, Decision, 5 of Cups still here. And the 3 of Swords in reverse. It's like whether you want to or not, Virgo. Yeah, Ace of Swords, the truth. Whether you want to or not, you know, Spirit is going to move you forward so that you can have that anything energy. Just period. But you've been fighting, honey. You've been fighting. Judgment's on the bottom. And it's like a lot of you are definitely overactive in your masculine energy as well. You're overcompensating. That's what it is. You're overcompensating. And honestly, some of you women need to realize how this whole time you have been looking for a daddy. It's, again, this is layered. Don't apply, let it fly. Treasure Island flipped up right. 9 energy. No matter what, you're going to have this. So the more that you resist, the more that it persists. Fork in the road. Resistance. Come to the edge. Persistence. I love the flow, okay? Anything else for Virgo from this deck before we move on? Yeah, fork in the road. After saying all of that, Virgo, you still confused. And on the time to go, I don't understand. What is, help me understand what you don't understand so we can get to a common ground, because I don't understand. Fork in the road, when this is 13. Okay? So many arrows. You have options, you know you got options, okay? But either way, you need to go towards one versus sitting and thinking about it. Let's see what else this deck has to say to you, Virgo. Your ancestry. Some of y'all. That's interesting. But some of you, no judgment. And people, however, as I say no judgment, there's going to be people that's going to listen to what I'm about to say and judge like a motherfucker, okay? That's the sad part. But anywho, what I was going to say is some of you, as far as like spending that time in nature, you could be, I see this happening in the daylight, but just sitting in the graveyard. But you're intentional on doing it in the daylight for some reason. I don't know. Anywho, moving on. Virgo. Also with that energy, because you know how like when people have transition and then, you know, other people have their own. They be trying to bully the cardinal. But the cardinals represent the ancestors. Anywho, but you know how like people have their own memories of how they remember the person, and then I don't know, it's like some of you are like asking, you know, tell me about this person, what do you remember about this person? And what you're hearing, and it could be masculine energy that you're asking about specifically, but what you're hearing, they have been at peace all day, Virgo. They have been fighting the whole time we've been in your reading. Fighting, bullying, not sharing, okay? More than enough. Where was I going? But yeah, what you're hearing is it's like troubling your spirit. But you're in like this comparison mode of your life as well, which is, I feel like that's an awakening moment within itself with that judgment energy that keeps showing itself. Yeah, justice. All right, anything else? We are good, but hold on. Three of Wands. You're going to be moving forward into a new direction throughout summer solstice. It may not happen in June, but it's definitely going to happen in summer solstice, which is June through September. So 6-9. Yes, and you know, we're halfway into eclipse season before the next one starts, but the one that began in March. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, even with how the bottom of the deck is, the Magician, wanting to teach, wanting to learn, you know, wanting to collab. But then Eight of Wands, moving, it's blocked forward movement. And this is root chakra energy as well. Your opposite in this deck is the Hanged Woman, Pisces energy. It's like trying to figure out what you can do different. And baby, the Deer is saying, move the fuck on, okay? Your heart is elsewhere. Truly. Hierophant, your heart is elsewhere, okay? So, I don't know. For others of you, if you've been alone, I feel like most of you are not, but if you have been alone and you're like wondering, when is it my time? It's your time when you put yourself out there. That's when it's your time. Yeah. Virgo, June 2025. It's cold in here. Wizard of Awareness in reverse. Stuck in the Mud in reverse. The way this is going to unfold is not... Thank you for bringing me back to that. Yeah, but the way that this coming to life is unfolding is not in a way that you would expect. So, like, even with all that I'm saying, like, it's... You're not going to... Yeah, it's going to... It's like as soon as you see it in your peripheral, it's in front of you. Also, with Talisman being here, there's this energy of adornment, like adorning the body. New jewelry, watches, but jewelry is a theme as well. You may be giving some crystals to the earth also. And I feel like yeah, you're an earth sign. So when you're getting like new crystals, new things, or new adornments for your body, what you no longer want, give it back to the earth. If it's real. That shit fake, just throw it away. Okay. I feel like as far as a crystal, you should work with turquoise. With the Wizard of Awareness as well, again, you're not quite ready for something yet, okay? But you have been unaware. I did bring it to light. It's the root chakra. There's an energy attached. But once you're not going to figure out what this energy is overnight. It's going to take some time, okay? And a lot of you are trying to rush the process, but it's not meant to be rushed. But Stuck in the Mud is in reverse, which is a very positive card. You know what's interesting? This is also giving me around like the end of 2023. Some of you, with this Wizard of Awareness being in reverse, and Stuck in the Mud is 24. So, but I'm getting, yeah, near the end of 2023. Some of you chose to recommit to something or re-entertain something. The prefix of re is significant, so doing it again. But you didn't use, in this decision making, you did not use your highest judgment. You did not use your wisdom. You did not use the awareness and the information that has already been brought to you in order to make a wholehearted, healthy decision. And due to that, it's like, yes, Spirit allowed you to entertain, play, have fun, whatever. Get your nut off. But now, it's just that time is up. And you're going to notice the more that energies are released from you that truly do not serve you and where you're going, that generational energy, the more life you're going to feel. So it's like the more that natural productivity is going to consume you. You're going to want to do more. You're going to be excited. You're going to be joyful, you know? Virgo, June. Strength. 44. It's a lot of fours. You're definitely focused on moving energy through the body, because this is giving me yoga, Pilates and shit. But just the gym, working out, like you are moving energy through your body, but at the same time you need to release. Like it's like you're not able to complete the task because you're still energetically holding on. Yeah, storm feels, but again, that's coming to an end. Sacred pull. 9/11 again, because 47 is 11. Storm feels, it's 9. For a lot of you, it's your ancestors bringing the Tower moment. It's like, yes, they got approval from God and they're on go mode. Yeah, coming apart. But okay, it was in reverse. It fell on my lap upright. Yes, your ancestors are doing this, and that's 46 in June. Here, let's get ready to rumble. Wow. Yeah, goblins in reverse. They're about to do a clean sweep, honey. Cleaning house. They haven't started yet, but they're about to do a clean sweep for real. Yeah, come together, because, honey, they love you too much. What's that song? Hold up, they don't love you like I love you. That's what I hear with these cards for your ancestors. Like, it's a fuck no, okay? I love it. I don't know why people be thinking ancestors is all love and light. God is not all love and light. The Bible told you that. You know? Baby, the wrath be crazy. Every time. Every fucking time. The wrath is insane. Yeah. The sacred pull. That's divine protection. That's you are too sacred to continue to be sacrificed in the ways where you don't even realize you're being sacrificed, you know? Yeah. Okay, let's move on. That's exciting. Virgo. Leo season is going to be significant for you. Leo season is going to be significant for the collective with that Aquarius full moon. All right, you have unconditional love in reverse, the blueprint in reverse. Yeah, something out of alignment for sure, and it's a connection. It's definitely a connection. And if it's not a lover, it is a friend, okay? It is someone that you trust that you should not trust. It could be a job. It's not... They view you as a number, not a person. It could be anything. But relationships are highlighted. Yeah, and you're just tolerant. Same shit. Tolerance. Thrive, variety, tolerance. And you could be... Damn, some of you are going to extremes. Fasting and shit. Just to get what your ego wants to align. That, baby, that is self... That is self-sacrificing. And you're not speaking up. And you're ruled by Mercury. That's not okay. It's not okay, Virgo. And you definitely must not have no real ones in your corner, because why are they telling you this shit is not okay? Or do they tell you it's not okay and you just don't listen due to your ego? Seduction in reverse. Okay, I'll be on that usher seduction, and it's a no. Now it's the energy you gotta cleanse, because it's not restoring you, okay? It is fucking taking away from you, got you fucking drained and shit, okay? And it's something about when someone is drunk, honey, the demons that like to play, specifically when someone is drunk, okay? Now, no, this has nothing to do with the cannabis. This has everything to do with the alcohol spirits. Virgo, which will represent this thrive variety as well. Someone only loves you when they're under the influence too. Whew. Sexuality, truth, aura in reverse. I don't know. It feels like you in La La Land about some shit, beloved. And with me saying, beloved, you do not like what I'm saying right now, but it is a truth that you do not want to receive. And for a lot of you, whether masculine or feminine, you've been using your body as a weapon to maintain. I don't like none of this. But I'm not judging you, because this was me once upon a time. So it's very easy to read. Yeah. You're resisting an ego death. You're probably resisting some I told you so's too. You have solitude on the bottom. Spirit says move. Okay? Okay? Act, move. Underneath, you have sex magic creation partnered in reverse. This is not aligned. You are better off on your own. You're more aligned and connected on your own at this time. Not to say, I don't know, some of y'all think you're going to be alone forever. And if you're under, I don't know, you know, you should stop listening to the narrative of society, because I feel like that shit is saddening you too, okay? Especially if you got kids and shit, okay? There's men out here, there's real men out here that will take care of a seed that's not theirs. Shit, women too. But autonomy, better off on your own. I don't know. Until then, your manifestations are blocked, because until then, this energy is forever attached to your root chakra. She has on a motherfucking red robe, root chakra, and she has a snake around her, the year of the snake. It is constricting you. It is suffocating you. Okay? Literally. I just pray you tap into the wisdom that you hold based on the experiences of your life. Confirmation. Yes. Thank you, God. All right, moving on. What's happening in Virgo's life outside of what we spoke on in June? Hi, Pharaoh. Happy June. 4 of Wands. You could really have to rebuild from the ground up after walking away from whatever it is we're discussing. You could, it's like you don't want to be humbled. The whole time you've been humbled by this situation. What is happening with my locks? There we go. A lot of you be on, you know, so as I mentioned, your ancestors are doing this. And for a lot of you, you connect with your ancestors, but it's one thing to connect, it's one thing to trust and have faith and believe in them. You don't trust, have faith, and believe in them, which is why you are stuck, because you don't want to fucking start over or go back. Strength, Leo energy. So, you know, if you've been tapped in with me for since 2021, then you know this story. If not, you about to hear this story. So in 2021, baby, I had a mental breakdown. Okay, I had a mental breakdown. I hated my job. I used to cry before clocking in. It was bad. It was real, real bad. Okay. But I don't like, I'm not the type, I can't, if some shit go down, I gotta fucking figure that shit out. Yes, I have family and things, but everybody's family life is different. Okay. We don't need to get into the specifics of mine. Okay. Just know, baby, if I fall, I gotta build myself back up. Okay. So I always advise never make long-term decisions off of temporary emotions, because that's what I did. However, with me making that decision and telling the story, I have criticized myself a lot. However, making that decision truly changed my life for the better, you know? It's just I had to truly come out of it to see it from the bird's eye perspective that I have now, okay? So fucking 2020, baby, I was up, okay? I was fucking up. It was great. 2021, shit just, I don't know, that 21, the world, and the world is fixed energy. I am fixed energy. So things just started to not go so well. When did my breakup happen? Yeah, honey, January 2021, went through a breakup. And that's interesting because we keep talking about January and June for you. But let me tell you my 2021, January and June. January broke up. That was the last relationship that I was in. Haven't been in a relationship since, okay? And then fucking June of that year, I quit my job, okay? January, June. Now, was that 2020 or 2021? No, that was 2021. Okay, yes. I be getting the fucking years fucked up, okay? Yes, but it was 2021. So, when I quit, I just had this idea that I took a risk, I bet on myself, and honey, I was gonna have an overnight come up. I can laugh now. Baby, I could not laugh then, okay? I probably would have fought you if you laughed after I said that back then. But no, honey, it's just, shit just went left after that. Like, it just went left after that, okay? And it's interesting because when I had texted my manager and told her that I quit, right? And then the next day, like, she was like, are you sure? Are you sure? And so I just didn't respond. Okay, that thinker energy, I just sat on it. And I was like, I don't want to fucking feel this misery. So as soon as I was texting her back, like, no, I'm good, retract my decision, she was like, we put your resignation through. So it was solidified. I was like, fuck. And then I was on some shit. I'm never going back to another fucking job. Like, I was on that. I was in it. I had a vision, but I was kind of disillusioned at the same. I was delusional. And so I had a group of people, you know, I thought it was my fucking tribe, honey. Them bitches, no disrespect, okay? But God bless them for real, okay? God bless. But them bitches left me, okay? They said fuck me, okay? And honey, it was just bad. So then my lease had ended August of that year. However, due to the fucking, you know, the fucking government, the rent was getting paid. My rent was paid up until November. So they said, what's it called? They said I was squatting. They said I was squatting because my lease was up. But bitch, you had the fucking money. You had the money till November. So if the rent is paid, bitch, I'm staying. That's what the fuck I did. So they took me to court to push me out. But it was crazy because by the time the court pushed me out, they was taking me to court back to back. The rent was used up. So the timing was divine and all of that, right? However, I had to figure out where I was going to go next. Now, my goal was to always move to Atlanta, okay? Me, Atlanta, I'm meant to be there, okay? And I thought that when I quit my job, I was going to have overnight success. And honey, I was just going to be in Atlanta. This happened in 2021. I didn't get to Atlanta until August of 2024. Okay? Okay? Okay. Well, I'm in East Atlanta, but still. Anywho, but yeah, so the last thing I wanted to do was go back home, okay? I was like, I'm too fucking old for this. Like, I made a dumbass fucking decision, and last year I was just up, and I sacrificed it because this fucking job, I just didn't like it. I was fucking miserable. I was having a mental breakdown, y'all. I was crying every fucking day, okay? And that time I was working for the bank. When you're dealing with people and they money, it's a whole different fucking ball game, okay? And I was fucking miserable. The projections, I did not know how to transmute the projections, none of that. I was working on it, but I allowed it to get the best of me, okay? So I'm like, fuck, I gotta go back home. And I didn't even give the notification that I was coming back home till like 2 days before it was time for me. I just set on the energy, right? And I knew it was always an option, but I did not fucking want that. I'm like, God, I need a miracle, okay? I just need a fucking miracle, please. And the miracle that I was praying for did not come through, okay? Okay? So I moved back home. No job, no car. My car ended up getting repossessed. Nothing of my own. Honey, get back fucking home. The IRS had a lien on my shit. Thankfully, I didn't own shit for them to fucking take because I lost it all, okay? So I had to get that straight. Like, it was bad. It was fucking, I was down bad, okay? And then I had to reprioritize my life, okay? And it's interesting because you had Justice, and then my one of my sisters is a Libra, and she put me on. But when she put me on to where I am now, okay, as far as the job. However, I went back to work, okay? Mind you, I said I was never going back. But when I decided to step back into the matrix, I was very fucking intentional, okay, on what I wanted. I chose to walk away for a reason. So if I'm going to walk back into it, I'm going to walk back into it on my fucking terms, okay? And baby, we've been flowing, okay? And I've been growing ever since. But when I went back home, it was crazy because I really, like, honey motherfucker said, fuck me, okay? And when there were opportunities for people to put me on, they didn't. Like, I saw the true colors, and I needed to see that. I really, really did. I needed that. I needed everything that I experienced. But when I was experiencing it, it's about to make me cry. I'm so proud of me. But when I was experiencing it, it was a fuck no, okay? It was like, bitch. The thoughts. I'll just say the thoughts, okay? The thoughts that I had. But when I went back home, I got put on to a job that I fucking love till this fucking day. Honey, I'm able to be myself. I be code switching, but I really don't have to code switch. Like, I don't. Like, it's a different type of fucking ball game. I'm able to be authentic in what I do on YouTube. I kind of take there just a little bit. I have a boundary. But the point is, when I went back home, because that's what we got into the story. The Four of Wands started this story, home. I had access to a car, okay? I had everything that I needed and fucking wanted, okay? Baby, I everything I needed and wanted. But it was something that I dreaded to do. Like, I was so determined and so fixed on I'm not going back. And honestly, if I would have had my car and it had not been repossessed, I would have lived in my car before I went back home. But the way God did it, like, truly, you cannot tell me God is not real. So, but to be able to be in this position now, like, I am self-sufficient now. I am, honey, debt, most of my debt is paid off. Like, I've really been rebuilding since then. So I hope my bit of a story is an inspiration to you, to whatever you feel like you just don't want to fucking do. It's really what's needed to progress you and propel you. I just hope it helps, Yeah. It's more to it, but that's what you need to hear. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. All right. Anything else before we move on? King of Swords, no. And if you've heard it before, maybe you need to be reminded. A new start is coming. Hey, y'all. All right, let's get into the moons. The Sag full moon that is on the 11th. What's happening for Virgo? I'll do it on a separate live because I have to break it down. Because 2024, before I came here, that was also intense as well. But I was more so, this shit affected me, but it didn't directly involve me. But I will do that. I feel like it's time, because I intended to give this story last year, like in depth, but I never did. But I feel like it's time now. So I will. I'll do it for YouTube. I might do it. I'll probably do it before my birthday next month. Yeah, I got you. Just make sure you stay tapped in, okay? But I got you. All right, Sag full moon for Virgo. You're very close to achieving your goal. Again, it's the root chakra. Don't let your past hold you back. I love the confirmation. And then you have full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. I have chills. And then a new romantic cycle begins on the bottom. We'll take that. Let's get into the Cancer new moon real quick. That is on June 25th. Cancer. Emotions are running high. So I feel like the breakdown is happening in Cancer season. And Cancer is the mother. So yeah. I feel like Gemini season, you're heavily in your head about what's next, how you're about to move. In Cancer season, the moves are being made. But a win-win outcome is forecast, but you're heavy in the meditation and contemplation energy. You're being asked to heavily be the mother that you would want, whether your mother is living or not, beloved. Be the mother that you would want to have to yourself at this time. And you don't need things to do that. You don't need anything of physical possession outside of yourself. That's cold. Cancer new moon for Virgo. Here, Emotional by Carl Thomas. Show the world the real you. Some of you are going to be tempted to go into hiding. Is that Boosie? The song, I hear the song Pain. Hold on. Yeah, it's by Boosie. Interesting. June 30th, 2009. It's on his Superbad album, but it's red, okay? Root chakra. But June 30th, that's a date. I did not call out the dates for you, my bad. So let's get into the Sag full moon, because the Cancer new moon it's a lot. It's hiding. But the Cancer new moon, almost said full moon, but the Cancer new moon is definitely bringing a conclusion to you. So getting back to the Sag full moon that is on the 11th. You know, 11 is Libra energy. You have Libra energy here with the new romantic cycle begins. I do feel like this is with yourself. This is with yourself to prepare you for whatever new cycle of generational, whatever you're building for yourself. With you're very close to achieving your goal, your primary focus on that energy that is attached to your root chakra and releasing that. Once you release that, it's like that's your final tether to your south node energy, because the purpose of all of us in this life is to truly step into and embody the north node energy that we have within our charts. So I feel like for you, this is what needs to be done to, release the tether of your south node. To truly transition to your north node. But it doesn't mean that you won't be dealing with situations from the past, as in me saying I had to go back home. But it was a transition for me to get here where I am today. The pride is the ego. Okay? Don't let it get in the way of the progression that's trying to happen. And do not fight your ancestors on this. You will lose. Okay? And I also feel like this new romantic cycle that's beginning is also with them as well. Once you truly see the full scope of things and how things work out for you. Getting emotional. Now with this Cancer new moon, okay, show the world the real you in reverse. You're going into hiding. Emotions are running high. You're feeling very Piscean-like. And yeah, with bring love into the situation on the bottom. Pour into yourself. Be that mother to yourself. Feels like an inner child reckoning in a sense. Yeah, it's time to take action. Yeah, the Cancer new moon is bringing a conclusion for you to move forward. So I'm very interested to see what your July reading is like. And I feel like the people that will show up for you will be the people that you least expect, but that's usually how it always is, if not strangers. Yeah, confidence is your key to success. Take time to breathe out. Look at the bigger picture. Keep the mind stable, please, for the love of God. But yes, for the safety of you, do that. And if you have a moment where, again, you're gonna crash out. There's a crash out session coming in June. And if you already had one, expect another. And that's the part of this. Emotions are running high, but the release is needed. Okay, you know how people be going out into the forest and screaming? Okay, that release is needed. How are the moons working together overall for Cancer? For Virgo. The Cancer new moon will be the most impactful for you. Yeah, time for healing. How are the moons working together? To balance your emotions. To stabilize something that keeps emotionally triggering you. Emotionally overwhelming you. And then you are here, but in reverse, you are good enough. Yes, believe in the impossible. It's like, I don't know, somebody keeps lying to you to your face, too. It's very insulting. Yeah, your commitment is being tested. I don't like it. I just don't like it. And honestly, I can't wait for you to be out of it. But I don't know your circumstances. All right, we need to bring this to a close. What else do you have for Virgo for June? Masculine energy is heavy. Dealings of relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. There's a lot of men, Virgo men right now, that are experiencing a situation that may be emasculating them. And if you are him, don't allow your pride and ego to get in the way of asking for help. You have inkpot, problems to be resolved, dissatisfaction with life. Yeah, that's what we said. Get back to the basics, starting over. Misunderstanding is in reverse. So whatever you're going back to, if you have to go back home or whatever, there's going to be massive healing. Yeah, I need to get into my story for sure. Anything else? You heard the rooster? The rooster card in this deck is an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. And then also, I saw a caterpillar on my balcony. And caterpillar in this card, in this deck is things will not always be this way. A change is coming. So, yeah. Anything else for Virgo for June? You have skull, hidden secrets can harm you. Where there are secrets, they're being exposed. You're doing something risky, taking a chance. And also with taking a vacation physically or mentally, that's that energy of going back to feeling unproductive. But it feels like, yeah, your spirit is calling for rest. It's feels overworked and underpaid type shit. It's a lot of information coming to you. It's a part of these secrets. Someone could be going to jail. You may, outside, this is random as fuck, I know, but you may think someone is not alive when they in jail, okay? I'm just, yeah. And then obstacles to overcome. Some of y'all, I don't know, somebody is going to jail or they in there. And that could express that sitting energy. But someone needs to think about their actions. But also, when it comes to legal, if someone has secrets, I don't know, there's just exposed and revealed, yeah. But these problems are temporary, not forever. Keep that in mind. And be mindful of the 7 deadly sins as well, versus the 7 virtues. You're about to be tested on that, especially in July, because 7 July. Cancer season is significant as well, and July starts in Cancer season. So yeah, a situation is ending that your ego doesn't want it to end, but we're at the expiration date. Yeah, beware of self-delusion, Virgo. But you're going to be on the right, moving forward is the right path with that arrow. All right, final message for Virgo for June. You're welcome. I love Hathor. It's all in the eyes, baby. The truth is in the eyes. But you have Hathor, light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. That's a part of the root of the purpose of all of this. But again, there's something attached to your root that is sucking your lights. It's instead of you having a full system upgrade, you're having a full system downgrade, and it's ciphering your power. So June is you know, it's like a revamp. That RE is significant. Anything else for Virgo? Until we meet again. You have angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. Yeah, there's definitely a deeper relationship happening with your spirit team. And temple of truth, throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. Whoever hasn't been speaking up is about to. And lastly, you have Merkaba activation, divine alignment, transcendence, ascension. You are rising up. But definitely get into the caterpillar spirit animal. Okay? You're in the transition. Feel like you're about to go in the cocoon to become the butterfly. Whatever color you desire. But again, release the energy that's attached to the roots. Attached to the roots. Earth Star activation. Okay? I love you. God bless you. You got this. And we will meet again soon. Today's Sunday. I'll be back this weekend, this upcoming weekend. Yeah. You're welcome. Okay, I love y'all. One of the fire signs is next, either Aries or Leo. I don't know who, but I'll post in a second. Love you. Bye.